this is your end.
Well, seems your axe doesn't like being with you.
No, it can't be you. Kratos,
What? No, I'm Thor.
the god of war.
What? No, I'm the god of thunder. Have you not heard of me?
I do not acknowledge irrelevant beings.
Irrelevant? Need I remind you how much my movie made in comparison to yours?
This is war.
Hello and welcome back to the Ken We channel. Today we'll be talking about the big bad man from the previous Justice League movie, Steppenwolf. Once again, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Beast Kingdom for giving me the chance to review this figure. So without further ado, his box design, which is just a clear plastic sheet at the front showing a sneak peek of the figure with his name at the bottom, more of his code at the side and at the back. Unfortunately, they removed all the awesome artwork and replaced it with the typical figure pose and the highlight of its accessories. So I'm really curious about this figure, so without further ado, time to summon the Uncle of Darkseid. And we have him out of the box, and he is looking pretty good. I'm not sure how accurate his color scheme is to the movie since it's difficult to get a still of his full armor, but if anything, the paint application on this figure looks really good. You have the shine you usually see in the seashell, like a gradient mix of green and blues with a little hint of red thrown in it as well, and that paint is applied throughout his armor, and they didn't hold back on the sculpt as well. The scratches are sculpted on his armor, all the grooves on his helmet. Oh, he doesn't have eyeballs, but I think he looks more sinister without it. Shades and contours on his face. Look at that skull for a belt. So when it comes to how this figure looks, they made him look really good. However, as you start posing this guy, then his deepest, darkest secrets tend to reveal itself. The one that distracted me the most are his knees. Bending them not only reveals how skinny his joints are, and that disconnect makes the knees look really weak in comparison to the rest of his body, but it also has disassembly letters on his knees, which simply takes away the premium look this figure had in the beginning, and it's not something that you'd expect to see exposed in such an obvious way. Also, they made the decision to have the front and back gaps for the flaps but no cuts on the side, which limits his split, which I'll show more in the articulation portion of this video. And lastly, I'm not sure if it's only my figure, but it doesn't feel as solid. They did however improve on the tightness of the joints, but having such little joints on a figure this size does have its limitations, which I hope the other figures does not have. So to sum it all up, this figure looks really good when he is standing upright, but as you're posing him, his limitation starts to show, and having that loose feeling on this figure, especially around his knees, makes me question his ability to stand the test of time, literally and figuratively. Moving towards his articulation, head is on a ball peg, so altogether he can twist his head around like an owl, side to side not a problem, and he can look up and down that far. He got the 360 arms, and his arm can be pulled outwards to allow more room for armpit rotation, bicep twist, and also forearm rotation, but sadly he can barely do a 90-degree flex, which is a shame. Wrist can move around no problem, mid and lower ab cut, so twisting in the middle and at the bottom. Side to side pivot that much, can crunch forward but it needs to overlap that strap, and it can arch backwards that far. Can't really do the splits due to the side flaps as mentioned earlier, kick up that far and kick back that far, thigh swivel, knee flex, feet twist, move up and down, pivot side to side, and of course, toe curlers. Moving towards his armory, he comes equipped with face punching hands, another hands to strangle the Justice League members, another with fingers more spread out for face scratching I guess, and of course his axe wielding hands. And speaking about his axe, it's the same color scheme at the blade, and of course like the rest of the figure, it is very nicely sculpted, and the blade portion of the axe has some weight to it, which I believe is die cast, which seems like an odd choice since it would have made a lot more sense if the handle was die cast, then it would have the weight to support the big head, but having all the weight up here can throw the balance off. He also comes with a stand with his name printed on it, but no other special accessories with this figure. And here is Steppenwolf standing next to other figures from other lines. So, in summary, if this figure is just standing, it looks really good. But as soon as you start posing him, then the figure starts to reveal all its imperfections, which brings the figure down. The limited range of bicep flex and the thin knee joints only shows that Beast Kingdom needs to work on their joint design to make the figure not only look better, but make it much more stable and posable. And I do believe that these joints may have worked on their egg attack figures, but this is a whole different ball game and it requires some improvements and adjustments to suit. But the fact we're still getting a more posable figure than the Build-A-Figure and it is sculpted really nicely still deserves a little credit. That concludes my review of this figure. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you did, please help leave a like and subscribe for more content in the future. Do let me know your thoughts about this figure in the comment section down below. And of course, I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you all very much for helping me achieve 8,000 subscribers. It's just amazing to see that people are still continuously watching the videos and supporting my work. So from the bottom of my heart, I am grateful for all of you, and I hope you guys are embracing your inner geek and having a great week. Stay awesome, take care, and I'll see you guys at the next video. Click here for video 1. Click here for video 2. Click here to subscribe. Click it. Thank you for watching. Arigato. Thank you.